So, I just got a lovely gift. I guess this is the benefit of being president. And would you like to tell the story of my lovely gift?
Sure. I had some money. When I was at the conference in Toronto, which was awesome, I got a New Year logo with the big word president on it. Hooray!
I wanted her to hand it to me in front so I felt special.
Thank you.
So, bribes are always accepted. So thank you. I don't know what good it gets you, but... All right, I love this slide. So, we're not going to really worry about a whole lot of this, but I'm just going to say, when we had the firesides, we had a lot of conversation about a fundraiser. And I want everyone to know, I've got people who have committed to being on a committee for a new fundraiser, but I want more people. So if you would like to be involved, please email me. I'll send something out after the end of this weekend. So if we have any other quick questions about it, otherwise I'm just going to move on from that.
So when do we get the big reveal?
Well, the big reveal is going to depend on what the committee thinks. We're going to have an initial, there's going to be some adjustment.
You'll find out first if you're on the committee.
I was going to say, you know what? You're a great salesperson. I really like this. So, speaking about your sales pitch, RISE and other events. So, we also talked a lot about the RISE events at Firesides. And RISE events to this group were very important. And so the one thing that's really important about it is to thank everyone who has done RISE events. And any event that you want to make a RISE event, you can. So, all you have to do, if you need help, contact the committee, say, I'm the chair for this RISE event. Do you know anything like that? Have you tried this yet? No? I think you should try
just
it.
this morning.
I think you should try it right now.
All right.
Is there a RISE event?
There is, this Saturday morning.
This Saturday morning? Yes.
God, thanks for all the notice.
You're welcome. Almost, actually, right now, 24 hours from now.
Perfect.
The tide will be super low. You can find nudibranchs, you can find urchins, you can find sea stars, all kinds of cool stuff out in the tide pools. You can even walk to Camel Rock and not get wet. So,
And it'll be the first RISE event of the year, right?
and there's plenty of room for everybody. You know, our North Coast beaches are just about deserted, so, and that's one of the joys of being here. So,
Fantastic. Well, thank you.
it's very informal, just come out to the beach.
That's the point. Fellowship, and anytime we can get it, let's figure out how to do it. So, speaking of fellowship, strange things that I want to ask you to do. And I'm expecting Maggie. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. I put this in here for you. You want us to do what? I want you to show up at 6:50 next week for the pre-meeting every Friday. And next Friday, 6:50 to 7, we'll have mimosas for people who show up early.
I will publicly commit to that.
Well, I know that of all the people who complain about early, I hear you complain about it the most. So,
That's because you're the only person that will talk to me that often.
is that why I got this thing? I'm going to learn eventually. So thank yous. So this one's kind of a big category because I could individually thank people here, but I'd be here all day. So I'm going to help a couple people out because Dick Johnson has been amazing. He's the whole reason we have a computer. This is actually the Rotary computer now, so I'm really excited about that. He still records us, even though he's recording me. He actually answers every one of my phone calls and emails like instantly. So that. Wow. So you for that.
I'm still trying to figure out how to block your number, but.
Go see Brett. Yes. So for that, you get the classification. You are my Rotarian of the week. next slide, actually. There is a thing about Rotarian of the Week, and that's not the important part. If you look around, there's probably a Rotarian who you know that isn't here. Maybe you don't. However, if you could, shoot him an email and say, I missed you at the meeting this morning. There's a few people that are out there we don't see a lot, and I'd like to make sure that they know that they're still involved and we still want them here. So let's try to pull them back in and see if we can get more of that involvement. So move on to this. So I don't expect you to be able to read this because I'm standing here and I can't read it, but I did leave some of these on your table. So feel free, because I have made mistakes on this, and I've got about 30 copies of it on my desktop. Look through them. If there's a committee you want to be on, please fill it in, bring it up to the front, and I'll try to get it adjusted correctly. And then there's a huge void in vocational development. We don't have a vocational committee right now. So if someone would like to step up to chair that and rebuild it, because we kind of let it fall apart, please contact me, or Vanessa, because she's the director's spot, to replace AJ because he's now president-elect. So thank you to Vanessa for taking that spot. Hopefully we can get the committee back up and running. I like to ask questions, apparently. PPP? Anybody?
Public-private partnership?
Puppies, puppies, puppies! So, I figured I have to throw in something about me, and you guys already selected me to be president before you knew this. I'm insane. I have 6 dogs. And the fun part about them is that it's a terrible word
like
picture.
7? I got one.
No. As a matter of fact,
I got a terrier that chewed through the fence again last night and escaped.
well,
Problem solved.
We got him back. He's yours if you want.
Excellent. Excellent. You know what? I'll consider it. But, oh wait, what's the name?
Scruffy.
No, I can't take your dog because I have Donut, Dodger, Dexter, Dingo, Dwight, and Daisy. So, that's actually, the sad part is,
Twice like
it really doesn't stand for puppies, puppies, puppies. It stands for Presidential Pet Project, and it seems that every president has had one. I don't have one yet. So, I'm throwing out to the club, I'm looking for something to champion. I need something. So, if somebody has something you feel really strongly about and you want assistance on it, let me know. I've got a while. I think I've got 352 days to figure it out. So, hopefully we can get something going with that. So, Sojouring Sunrisers. I'll start. It was terrible. I was just in Medford. It was 111 degrees. I don't want to go back. So hopefully someone's done something more fun than that. Anybody?
Susan and Ashley were there too. I went to my 12th Rotary International Convention, and it was one of the best, I would say. Toronto's a beautiful city. Everybody was really pleasant and fun. We got to hear Justin Trudeau, the Prime Minister of Canada, and that was fabulous, and all the speakers were good. Marty and I did play hooky on Monday, and we went to Niagara Falls, which I got there, and I won't tell you exactly what I said because some people might be offended by my use of language, but we got there and I saw the falls and I said, this is way better than being at the Rotary Convention. And I love Rotary, so that was great. And then we tried to get to New York City on Thursday after the convention, and Air Canada had other ideas. So after a lot of kerfuffle, we rented a car at 6 a.m. and drove from Toronto to New York City, which is normally about an 8-hour drive until you get to the George Washington Bridge at about 5 o'clock. And then it was kind of a 9.5-hour drive. But anyway, we got to New York City. We had a fabulous time. I can't believe I'm this old and I've never been there, but I'm going to catch up because next year we're going again. Went to see our first 2 Broadway shows. Marty said the first one we saw, the best thing he'd ever seen in the theater. So it was hot, not 111, but it was 100 and 100% humidity, so it was really, really, really miserable. But we ate street food, and I went to Tiffany and Swatch, and I shopped till I dropped. It was really, I'm going back next year.
3 digits is awful, it doesn't matter.
Go in May. It's much more
Anyone else?
pleasant.
Oh,
We'll work backwards. Of course, I was in New Orleans all last week, so.
Excuse me, where?
New Orleans.
No, better.
New Orleans, right here. If you're Cajun, it's Nolans. If you're in town there, it's New Orleans. Anyway, so I was down there at our apartment for a week and had a good time. And I'll be going back again at the end of August. But at the beginning of the month of June, I was in Cleveland at an air service recruiting conference. And then I was going to go to LA with a group of students who we arranged a free trip for down to LA. I don't know if anybody saw that, but that was kind of fun. But the plane was sold out, so I gave up my free seat so a paying customer could have it. So.
Okay.
Yeah, so two trips, 3 trips.
I appreciate you working back.
Yeah. Well, you know, because every month it's like, I was in New Orleans last, you know, it's like, who cares?
You don't care.
Yeah, I had a job in New York, and we stayed in Long Island for that heat wave. And, it was
fun.
brutal. And, but besides work, it was good. We got to catch a Yankees-Boston Red Sox game, which was just awesome. And then the 4th of July over the East River, Macy's puts it out, and it is something to catch. And I know Charlie had mentioned she saw that. But yeah, it's a good one. New York is fantastic. It's one of my favorite cities in the country. And, that was it.
Well, Lisa and I got a chance to go down for a wedding on the 4th of July down in Marina Del Rey. Just happened to be, the wedding was on the top floor of this hotel, and it was absolutely a beautiful night. Nicely catered event, open bar, and it's about 6 o'clock at night. You're feeling the nice breeze, or getting married. We go in and eat about 7:30, 8 o'clock. That's finish up. Or whatever the time was, and all of a sudden the fireworks start going off. You go out on this beautiful deck. You can see all across the whole LA basin. Not to mention the fireworks right here, but they were out there, over there, over there. We spent 3 days down there having a great time. It was fun.
Got to Muscle Beach.
She took photos of my camera.
Along the wedding route, I was down in San Diego. My oldest daughter got married. The wedding was right there on the San Diego harbor with a plated dinner and everything. And proud stepmom, definitely. Dave, a lot of you know, is a home brewer, my husband, and so that was the wedding favor. He made 5 different kinds of beer, bottled it with special labels just for the wedding, and that's what people left with. That was a ton of fun. And we're doing it all again August 26th. Daughter number 2 is getting married. It's been a fun summer.
Who are you?
I know, I feel the same way. I've been away for 2 months, actually.
On a desert island?
My wife and I went to... And we went to several cities. We went to London for a week, then Paris for a week, then Vienna for a week.
Oh, wow.
And then I went bicycling down the Elbe River in Germany and, with Jim Stevenson. My wife does not bicycle, so she went up to the Baltics while Jim and I were going down the Elbe River. And then we capped the trip off with the Leipzig Bach Festival. And we just love Bach. And these performances were in Bach's 2 churches in Leipzig. The same churches, they were not destroyed in World War II. So we really were able to sit there and listen to Bach music. There were 30 cantatas that they have performed over a weekend, and we happen to just love those cantatas, so it was incredibly special to us. And so then we returned, and I must say it's really great to be back.
Welcome back, Howard.